and welcome to Healthy Tales with Sahiba, brought to you by Zoconut, a leading business management software for health and nutrition businesses. Healthy Tales with Sahiba is a first of its kind talk show featuring leaders from the health, nutrition and fitness industry. Come join me as I welcome my guest today. Mental health is important at every stage of our life, be it childhood, adolescence, or adulthood. And to discuss this in detail, today I have a remarkable lady with over 10 years of experience as a counseling psychologist and the founder of Yellow Turquoise. Please welcome Ms. Deepika Dahima. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you so much for coming today. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, Sahiba, for the warm welcome and the invite.
So, what made you work with the youth, with young children?
What made me work with them was their coming to me when I was in a clinical setup. Before coming into schools, I was working with the hospital settings, and that's where I used to come across many youth with anxiety, depression, eating issues. So that made me wonder that why are they at a risk of so much of mental health? What is not happening at that stage in that school setup, which makes them come for professional help to a clinic or a hospital. So I wanted to enter the school setting and fix it there and understand it there and interact with youth there for easing this issue.
And what was the common underlying problem? Like you said that once you understood that, you wanted to understand better that why are such young children facing mental health issues. So what is the underlying, brewing issue
The
with them?
underlying brewing issues are 2-3 of them, and they're common across all institutions and everything that we come across. That there are a lot of fears of not being able to catch up with something or some relationships. So fears at home and fears outside home. Second would be their acceptance and rejection factor. Third comes to their emotional hygiene and eating issues that lands them into a depression or an eating disorder later.
Right. Very interesting that you bring up these or highlight these issues. So like you said, eating disorders. I'm a practicing nutritionist and I get a lot of these young girls, women who, come to me with eating disorders, and they've been on a diet plan since, say, 13 years of age, etc. So as a policy, I don't give diet plans to children because I feel that really messes up their relationship with their body and with food. But people who have now, been a victim of eating disorders, what would you tell them, or what kind of suggestions would you give them to overcome that?
First and foremost, to overcome anything, you need to know the root cause. And the root cause stems from comparisons.
Right.
When a child looks into the mirror and does not look at himself or herself, the child looks at a different person in himself or herself.
Right. It's the idea to fit into the image created by society, that if you look like this, you are handsome or you are beautiful.
Either by society or by probably selecting a role model which is not for them.
Right.
It's very rightly said, Sahiba. A role model is not for everyone and everybody unless you understand the individual differences while selecting a role model. Similarly, if you want to get into a fit body, you just cannot look at the glamour quotient.
Right.
You have to look at the adequate food intake. You have to be friends with food.
Food is not the enemy. You have to make friends
absolutely.
with food, right? That's so right. And I totally agree with that. And sometimes I think you're talking about role models. Sometimes, especially in girls, I've seen that, they tend to compare themselves with their mothers. If the mother is fit or has a different body type, then the daughter is always trying to look or replicate the mother. And I think I've also encountered this in my profession with, mother-daughter duos who come to me with diet issues, etc.
Absolutely. Even I've encountered this with many of my clients of that age, where they select a role model, not understanding that their body type and the way they would lose weight or gain weight, their best is going to be different from what the role model looks like.
Right.
You look at a role model from what is projected, not what the role model has gone through.
Right. Absolutely.
So projection is more important than the process. And where you forget the process and you look at projections, like the selfie culture, or when you're just trying to put yourself in a different way on certain social media handles, you forget your own self-identity, or you create a new self-identity, not understanding the prior one. That creates a difference.
I think it's interesting you bring this up, and to carry on with this, I would like to ask you, it's a very fast-paced world now. Like you said, selfies, and we have these filters and which children use, and there is this constant need to be liked on social media. So, and that causes a lot of anxiety in children now. How do you usually get children who have these problems, anxiety issues related to social media presence?
Yes.
And this constant need to be liked and accepted on social media.
Absolutely.
So how does one deal with this?
The more comfortable you are with yourself, the more you love yourself, like yourself for what you are, the more comfortable the entire process becomes. Like Saiba, we are comfortable with what we are, who we are, how we look. That's where the body image issues do not hit us so hard.
But I want to add here, I wasn't always comfortable with the way I looked. I also had body image issues, and it's only, it's a process, like you say, of self-love and self-acceptance that makes you accept your body the way it is, and then that's how you overcome body image issues. But any tips that you would want to give to people, because I'm sure it's different for different individuals, but anything that could help people start this journey of accepting themselves?
I think awareness, acceptance, and action are the 3 A's that really make this journey much more easier and worth it. Everybody wants to look their best, I understand, but looking your best will have little adjustments to yourself. That doesn't mean changing yourself entirely to look like someone.
Right.
So having that awareness that probably I am overweight or underweight, or I have to have this little fitness level to have a stamina for this job, or whatever the individual case may be, is much better than actually transforming yourself to become someone else.
Right.
Accepting that you are beautiful the way you are. You are precious the way you are. And little adjustments left and right will make you look better or make you feel better. And that's where the action comes into picture. That you take some steps towards your fitness, you get up early in the morning, you do a specific exercise regime to be your best self. Right?
So you need to act upon it then.
Act comes little later. So
Yeah.
Awareness and acceptance have to be the cornerstone.
Right.
To know that what action is suitable for them.
Sure.
Usually people just act upon it without a thought. Oh, she looks like that. I should look like that. She looks beautiful this way. I will also look beautiful this way. Probably I look beautiful the other way.
Right.
Right? This color suits you. This may not suit me.
Right.
You look comfortably stunning this way. I may not. So respecting the individual differences, being aware of them, accepting them, and then acting upon them is the entire recipe to get out of body image issues.
Deepika, I get a lot of clients with emotional eating as a problem. When we are happy, we reward ourselves with food. When we are sad, we find comfort in food. And even when we are anxious, during the pandemic, I used to get clients call me and feeling guilty because they were obviously finding comfort in food, and then they would feel guilty because they had eaten, and they were fearful, like you said, that we'll put on weight, we won't look good, etc., etc. I used to tell them it's fine, we are all anxious at this time, and if you're finding comfort in food, it's okay, but largely try and eat nutritious food. Once in a while, if you want to indulge, it's fine. But how should people not use food to feed their emotions? How to create that awareness that this is the emotion and food is not the answer?
Lot of things. Neither food, neither shopping, neither anger, neither substance. None of these is an answer to any emotion. People have to understand this. If you're feeling an emotion, you need to understand that there's a trigger that triggered it, a trigger that will deepen it. Eating your favorite food may trigger certain mood glands and make you feel good, but it will not sustain it. So, to sustain that feel good factor, people keep on eating food, right? When I'm sad, oh, let me have my food. And you keep on eating it. You don't stop. Why? Because you don't understand that emotion will not be sustained with the food. The moment you stop eating, the emotion comes back. You
Right.
start feeling the emotion. So to have an escape, you start eating food, or you start taking alcohol, or you start taking anything else. You go out for shopping and you stay outside till the evening. But when you come back home, you are in the same emotion.
Right.
So one needs to understand that to answer emotion, you need yourself. You need silence, self-reflection. You need grassroots level of depth to understand it, to answer it, to feel it, to move out of it.
Food is just a temporary solution. And like you said,
A temporary solution, or probably I would say it is a mood relaxant, where after having a small meal, you can again sit back and think about what happened.
I usually tell my clients that, okay, if you feel like if you're sad and you want to eat a slice of chocolate cake, go ahead, but be aware that I'm feeling sad and I'm eating chocolate cake. After finishing the chocolate cake, then become aware and see how your body is responding. If after 1 hour again you find yourself in that same sad mood, then you know that this is not the answer. So don't go back for another slice. You need to address the root cause. And I think that's where people like you come in, who can help people understand that this is the root cause and this is how you can overcome it, or and follow the process to overcome
Absolutely.
it.
Adequate, articulate eating is absolutely as essential as understanding and precise thinking.
So, Deepika, during the pandemic, everybody was dealing with anxiety, and I think as adults, we were trying to process our own anxiety. But somewhere, I feel parents were not able to understand or, be supportive enough of their children when they were going through their own level of anxiety. And I feel that that happens apart from the pandemic also. Young children have a lot of anxiety these days regarding different things in life, be it school, homework, grades, peer pressure, social media, all of this, acceptance. So how can parents understand and help their child with anxiety?
First things first, you need to understand that every child has something which the parent doesn't know about. What they don't know is not supposed to be a duty of the child to tell them, but rather in conversations, in appealing conversations about certain subtle themes, the parents will take them out.
Okay.
Right? The information should not be extracted, rather should be asked for in a non-threatening way.
Any example that you can share?
Yes. Suppose as a parent, if you feel that the child is hiding something or not sharing something, touch upon the possible themes that you feel the child may have. And while in conversations, while touching on those themes, related information will slowly come out. So a parent has to be a little patient, as sharing information is a process. Like even if parents come to us, I always tell them it's nothing a overnight wonder or a 90-day wonder. It's a process.
It's a process, right?
Trust is a process. Sharing is a process. Understanding is a process. Response is a process. Responsibility is a process. Everything that a human nature has and a conversation has is a process.
Tell me, what is the vision behind Yellow Turquoise?
The vision of Yellow Turquoise is to kindle awareness, acceptance, and action towards ease of mind with mental guidance and he's a soul with spiritual guidance.
That's lovely, Deepika. So you adopt a holistic approach.
Yes, we aim at holistic growth of an individual, mental, emotional, social, spiritual, every fact.
Okay, wonderful. So I have a lot of questions still to ask, but it's time for our fun segment. Let's lighten up the mood on the set and have some fun over some cold pressed juice shots.
Sure.
So Deepika, this is our fun segment, Sip Happens, where we have these lovely cold pressed juice shots by Ojo Lifestyle. So we are ensuring that you go back with even more glowing skin from Healthy Tales. And you have to fight for this beautiful hamper by Krishi Cress, which has beautiful products made from naturally grown organic produce. So you have to really fight for it.
Everything on the table looks so tempting.
So the rapid fire is divided into two segments. One is just basic rapid fire questions where you have to answer really fast. You have to be very quick. Second is a true or false. So I'll ask you a question. If the answer that you give is incorrect, you have to take a shot. Right? Okay. Name 3 different kinds of soups.
Tomato vegetable mix.
Okay. What would you do if you woke up one morning as Karan Johar?
Delighted.
What has been your favorite age so far?
My present age.
Okay. If you could be transformed into one animal, which one would you choose?
Eagle.
Oh, wonderful. So you can fly and look over everyone. Last, choose one, physical strength or mental strength?
Mental strength.
I knew the answer to this one. Okay, the next segment is true or false.
Okay.
An octopus has 3 hearts.
False.
It's actually true. Please take a shot.
Oh, wow. I get a healthy shot.
Next one. A slice of bread has same number of calories as a slice of toast.
True.
Yes. Salman Khan plays a therapist in the movie Dear Zindagi.
False.
The first tea bags were made of silk.
True.
You're right. The Great Wall of China is visible from space.
True.
No, it's actually false. Please
Another
take a
healthy shot.
Yes. Hot and cold water sound the same when poured.
Yes.
Bananas share 60% of DNA with humans.
True.
The last one now. In a deck of cards, the king has a mustache.
True.
No, it's actually false. Okay, great. That's the end of our rapid fire. And you played beautifully, Deepika. And I'm delighted to gift you and reward you with this beautiful hamper. We have some more healthy goodies for you from our gift partner, Native Organica. These are organic products. So more good health coming your way. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Sahiba.
Last but not the least, we have this beautiful memento from our title sponsor, Zoconut. I'm going to read this out for you. We applaud your spirit of entrepreneurship and wish you all the best for all future endeavors. All the best, Deepika. All
Thank
the best
you
to
so
Yellow
much.
Turquoise.
Thank you.
Such an important topic and such an insightful conversation. But that's all the time that we have for today. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place with a fresh set of guests. Till then, take care and be fit. Okay, name 3 different kinds of soups.
Tomato vegetable mix.
Okay. What would you do if you woke up one morning as Karan Johar?
Delighted.
What has been your favorite age so far?
My present age.
Okay. If you could be transformed into one animal, which one would you choose?
Eagle.